I used to work at McDonald's. What I found in the basement made me move to another country. This was in the early 90s, and back then the internet was not easily accessible. I was reminiscing about the past, and this came to mind, so I decided to post it online and see if anyone else has had similar experiences. So I was 18 at the time and just got my first job as a McDonald's employee. I was super excited about this because this meant I could afford something bigger than candy or going to the movies. My first shift was set to start at 8 in the morning. I had to learn all the things there, so my manager was waiting for me when I arrived. I arrived at 7:45 because I was so excited. "Hey, you're here early. That's very great to see that you were serious about this job," my manager greeted me. "Hey, thank you. So excited to get this chance," I greeted him back. We shook hands and went inside to check the place out. "Here's the dining hall, and back there is the kitchen. Come, I'll show you around," he said as we walked in the dining hall. That McDonald's was small, but better than the restaurants today. It was a vintage 1990s McDonald's, and there were 5 other workers. The kitchen was clean and looked like a nice place to work in. Seeing this place made me so happy that I got this job. Soon, that happiness would disappear and turn into a mix of curiosity and fear. "Here are the stairs to the basement. You don't ever have to go in there," said the manager with a calm but serious look. "In fact, you're not even allowed in there. There's only one guy that's allowed in there. His name is Ricky, and he works night shifts. You can get night shifts too after you have worked here for a little bit," he added. "Why is the basement only for Ricky?" I asked him. "You don't need to know anything from there, and you might hurt yourself. Ricky has experience with these things," he answered. That raised my curiosity about the basement. What was in there? Why wasn't I allowed to go there? My manager showed me the toilets and ordered another worker to start teaching me. My coworker's name was Chrissy. She was a 27-year-old woman and had worked there for 2 years. She had short blonde hair and she was pretty short. "Okay, I think you two will be fine. Remember, don't go in the basement even if you hear noises coming from there. You understand?" the manager asked before leaving. Both of us nodded and agreed to not go in there. "What's in the basement?" I asked as soon as the manager left. "I don't know. I'm not allowed to go in there either," she answered. That was weird. An employee who had worked here for 2 years wasn't even allowed in the basement? I finished my shift that day and went home. I wake up the next morning, brush my teeth, and cycle to work again. "Hello, how are you?" I greeted Chrissy. "Oh, hello. I'm fine, but it has been pretty busy today. Thank God you arrived," she answered. I changed my clothes and then went to work. I was really busy that day, and before I even knew it, my shift was about to end. That's when the manager comes into the restaurant and starts rambling to me about the basement. "I told you that it's a forbidden place. There's nothing in there for you," he said with a panicked look on his face. "I have not been in there," I told him. That's when he calmed down. I could see that he instantly relaxed and he looked really relieved. "Oh, that's good to hear. Have you seen Ricky, by the way?" the manager asked. "Nope," I answered. "Weird. He was supposed to do a night shift yesterday, but I didn't hear anything from him," he added. I didn't know what to say to that, so I just told the manager that I need to work again. I finished my shift and was throwing out the trash when I heard a loud crashing sound, and then a loud scream. I quickly went inside and looked around. Nothing had happened. I then walked around the restaurant just to be sure everything was all right. I passed by the stairs to the basement and see that the basement door is open. Not a lot, but still open. Curiosity got the best of me, and as I'm walking down the stairs, I hear a weird breathing sound coming from the basement. I got goosebumps, but still decided to continue this adventure. I peeped through the basement door and there were lights flickering and some sort of liquid on the ground. Opening the door made me realize that I might have made a mistake. The liquid was red and thick. I assumed that it was blood, but couldn't know for a fact, and I was not going to taste it. Walking deeper into the basement, it got colder, a lot colder. That place felt like a freezer. The place gives you a really weird feeling. It made my heart beat fast, and I heard my heartbeat echoing. That's when I saw the body of a man laying in the corner. That man's head was turned all the way around. It looked like someone or something had twisted his head a full 180 degrees. That's when I started hearing this low humming sound. It sounded like it came from all around me. The place was filled with that sound. And then the body of that man rose up and started walking towards me. He walked towards me backwards. It was just wrong. I almost puked seeing it. "What are you doing here? Only Ricky is allowed to visit us," the body spoke. It sounded rude, and its voice echoed in that small space. The door opened, and I had to check out the noises coming from here. I answered while backing out of there. "Were you not warned about this place?" it added. Yes, but... "Well, then you are really foolish," the voice interrupted me. At this point, I looked around. There were at least 4 freezers with see-through doors. All of them were full of frozen meat. "You have arrived in hell on earth. In this place, no human will survive. We produce you meat that keeps people satisfied and craving for more. Meat that tastes like none other, but it takes something from you. It takes a part of your soul for us to feast on," the creature told me. "What are you?" I asked shakingly. "I am a soul taker and every horrible thing you can imagine, but none of that matters for you anymore," the creature yelled. All this time, I was backing up. I was not going to stay there for another minute. What's your name?" I asked to keep it distracted. It began to speak, but I didn't listen to it anymore. As soon as that creature started speaking, I ran for my life. I got out the door and that creature slammed into it. I tried escaping and it was strong, but I got the door closed. Then I locked the door, ran upstairs, and changed my clothes. I left that workplace right then and there. The next morning, I woke up with tens of missed calls from my boss. I called him back and he was really angry. He found out that I had went into the basement despite his warnings. I told him that I had heard noises and had to check it out, but realized too late that it was a mistake. He then told me how irresponsible I was and that I don't listen to managers and bosses, and then he fired me. I was glad that he did. I would never go back in there again. In either case, I would have quit that job. I still wonder about the creature in that basement. What was it? Why was it there? Anyway, that's not important to me anymore. I just dodged a bullet and got to live to tell the tale. Thank you so much for making it to the end of this video. A quick shout out to my patrons, Old Penguin, Rinku Star, Melissa Perez, Icy Narrates, Seven Cities Journalist, Cupcake Hips, Eric Cifuentes, Alonso, Austin My Love, Ellie Hutmeyer, Jesse Hartley, Lawrence Wallen, Mr. Sankofa, and William Hartley. I always try to link a different charity in the description, so go ahead and check that out. I'm also going to start having more things on my Patreon soon, so keep your eyes peeled. And as always, I'd love to know how I can be praying for you, so go ahead and drop a comment and let me know how I can do that. Thank you so much, and I hope to see you in the next video.